Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a spring inspired makeup look. My mom went shopping for costume jewelry yesterday and she came home with this necklace right here and I was just like, oh my god, that is spring in a necklace. I want to create that on my face. So I took some inspiration from the colors going on in this necklace and recreated it in a makeup look. So thanks, Mom. As always, you can cater this tutorial to whatever works for you. You don't have to use the exact products that I did. Just use whatever you have that is similar to achieve this look right here. So if you guys want to see how I created this look, then please keep watching. And as always, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm doing is I am applying a base, and the one that I'm using today is the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I am just applying this to my entire eyelid with a brush, and then I am buffing it out with my finger. And since putting down a base like this can be a little bit sticky, I am just going to set that with Makeup Geek's Vanilla Bean eyeshadow, and I am placing this all over my entire lid. The first shadow that I'm going in with is Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie, and I'm taking this on a fluffy blending brush and I am building this up into the crease and making it as opaque as I possibly can because I really want this to pop in the background of the other shadows. So instead of building up darker shades in the outer corner, I'm going to build them up on top of each other in the crease. Starting with Makeup Geek Creme Brulee, I'm going to be taking that on top of where I placed Peach Smoothie, but just slightly lower down. So you could just blend this color back and forth into the crease, just like we did with Peach Smoothie, and not be too precise with it. The next shade that I'm going to be taking is just a slightly darker shade than the two that we already placed down. I am going to be taking Makeup Geek's Frappe eyeshadow, and I am going to be taking this shade on a slightly more precise blending brush. This is the E25 by Sigma, and I'm going to be trying to place this as precisely into the actual crease socket as possible. If you guys can see, I'm just placing that in right where your eyelid kind of goes a little bit deeper, and I'm going to be blending that down. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to create a bit of a shadow just in that crease and not so much on the outer corner. So now I'm going to be going in with the star of the show. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Pink Champagne Foiled Eyeshadow, and oh my god, this shadow is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to start off by spraying my brush with MAC Fix Plus, and I'm putting this on a synthetic flat shader brush. This one is just some no-name brush that I got from Morphe Brushes, and I'm going to be building up this eyeshadow as much as possible all over the lid, and I am not being shy because this shadow, like I said, is the star of the show and it is beautiful. So now I'm going back in with Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek, and I am going to be putting that into the eye socket crease area as well, and I'm going to kind of marry the shades together. And I'm talking about the lid shade and the crease shades because we don't want it to be a harsh line separating the two, so I am kind of blending them together using that eyeshadow to make sure that they blend smoothly into each other and it doesn't look choppy and too obvious. And then for our highlight shade, I'm going into my Lorac 2 palette and I'm taking the shade Snow on my brow bone, and then we're going to move on to the face. So I'm just priming my face by spraying it with a bit of MAC Fix Plus, and then I'm using the Faced Hangover Rx Nourishing Primer just to add a bit of hydration and electrolytes back into my skin, and then I am going to fill in my huge pores with Benefit Professional to lay down a nice smooth base for my foundation to go on top. So after I put on my primers, it is time to go in with my foundation. Today I'm using the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Moisturizing Foundation, but first I'm putting a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow to add a little bit of luminosity coming from underneath my foundation. So I'm just placing that all over my face and blending it in, and then I'm going to go in with my foundation. Okay, so now it's time to conceal and highlight. I'm taking my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer in Light Warm and my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 20. And I'm going to be mixing the two because the Naked Skin Concealer is a bit light, so that's going to do the brightening job, but I want to darken it a little bit just to make sure that, you know, it's not too stark white. So I'm adding a slightly darker, warmer shade. And I'm going to be blending this all out with my trusty old beauty blender. To set that highlight, I am using my Mercier Secret Brightening Powder and my e.l.f. Blush Brush. These two are a match made in heaven. I swear my concealer does not crease with this little combination. The brush just adds the perfect amount of powder, and that powder is so finely milled that it really just locks everything into place but doesn't allow for any creasing. So now I'm just moving back onto my eyes, and I want to make sure that I re-blend everything that was going on in the crease and then work on the lower lash line. I'm taking Makeup Geek's Bitten eyeshadow on a Sonia Kashuk pencil brush, and I'm placing this on my lower lash line. I'm taking this shade from outer corner to inner corner on my lower lash line and blending as I go, but I do want to kind of match the shades that are going on in the crease, so I'm going back in with Makeup Geek Creme Brulee on the same blending brush that we used earlier, and I'm blending that color out. Because it is pretty red toned, I don't want it to be too much to look like I have like some sort of pink eye infection or whatever. Next, to brighten up the lower lash line a little bit, I'm taking a nude liner and putting it in my waterline. Then I'm going to be curling my eyelashes and throwing on a couple coats of mascara. Next, I'm going to be highlighting my inner corner with the same shadow that we put on our brow bone, which is Snow from the Lorac 2 palette, and I'm just popping that on the inner corners of my eyes just to brighten everything up a bit more. Now moving on to the rest of the face, I'm taking my Too Faced Little Book of Bronzers, and I'm taking the Milk Chocolate Désolé Bronzer, and I'm just going to be bronzing the perimeter of my skin. So now that my skin is nice and bronzed, I'm going in with Tarte's Captivating Blush, and I'm just putting this onto my cheeks to kind of tie in the colors that are happening on my eyes. And then it's time to prep the lips for the lipstick that's going on later. I'm just putting on a bit of this YSL lip oil to kind of add a little bit of hydration back into my lips, and then I'm going to move on to lashes. The lashes that I'm using today are these Ardell Demi Wispy lashes, which I actually think are a bit too long, but it's what I had on hand, and I decided to pop them on to add a little bit more drama to the look. So I am just, you know, struggling to get them to stick down as per usual with my tweezers, and once I pop those on, I'm going to move on to the lips. Next, for lips, I'm going in with Colourpop's lippy stick in the shade Westie, and it is just the most perfect and beautiful baby pink shade that I have ever used in my life. And these lippy sticks are so incredibly pigmented, and they last for hours. So I'm just placing this down all over my lips, and then I'm going to be going in with a lip gloss just because my lips were extremely dry this day and it needed a lip gloss. So I am taking Buxom lip gloss in the shade Erica, and I'm just going to be placing that on my lips, and then once I am finished with that, then I am finished with this look. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.